If you don't have this picture of myself and our Ottawa Senators winning the Stanley Cup as your computer background, I don't know if you're even a real fan. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to your Ottawa Senators franchise mode. I got that picture tweeted to me. Someone photoshopped me in there. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. In the last video, we did some simulation. We are doing very well right now. We are second in our division. There's a lot of good teams this year. So 56 points, it looks good. We're behind teams like Detroit, which is going to be a great rivalry this year, as it was last year as well. Pretty good playoff matchup. We're tied with the Chicago Blackhawks. We're ahead of everyone in the Pacific, which is good, but we're behind Philly and the Washington Capitals. Now, those two teams are looking like they're going to be neck and neck the entire year. So we've got some positives, definitely. My man, Bobby Harding, and this guy's right. We need a nickname for Bobby Harding. So if anyone in the comments can come up with something clever, please let me know. But there was something that wasn't really working out on this first line, and I think we're going to try what this guy says. Creed Larry. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your last name, Creed Larry, if that's even your real name. He says, play Harding on the first line with Manderville and Hughes. So he wants me to do something like this, because Manderville is technically a center. Maybe he has to play center, but he's only got 63 faceoffs, so that leads me to believe he's a better winger. Now, Manderville's got 83, so I'm going to go like this. We're going to see if we can reunite White and Mantha, because they had obviously that great chemistry with Jack Hughes. But aside from that, we're pretty much good to go. We're not making any trades. We are all good to go. I want to talk about the next franchise mode because I've put a lot of thought into it. I'm starting to create some players for this next franchise mode. So we'll talk about that in a second here. Once we get a few games done, you know what I'm going to do actually? I'm going to take a screenshot of the stat because I want to compare the effect of Bobby Harding on the first line, see how that affects Manderville. We got a little back-to-back homestand. We got some teams from the South. We got Carolina and we got Nashville coming to the Dorito Dome here in Ottawa, Canada. So let's go. Let's see if Bobby Harding can kind of kickstart the tires of Manderville, because 27 points in 40 games for a first-line center, not good enough. Period number one. And it's 2-1. Wisniewski and Andre Kasha, and then Morgan Riley. There you go. Period number two. Ooh, 4-2. All right. Jacob freaking St. Bernard Docker. What a beast. Kevin Fiala gets 2. Going into the third, we get 1 Jack Hughes, but it wasn't quite enough. We had 38 shots. Their goalie played pretty damn good. Let's see here. Just because I'm interested, did Bobby Harding get any points? He got an assist, and Manderville had 2 points as well. So our first line produced some offense. I mean, they're all -2, which isn't great, but it's nice to see Manderville get on the score sheet. So there's 2 points in one game. All right. Even though we took the L, it's not a big deal. We've put ourselves in a position here where if we lose 3 or 4 straight, it's not the end of the world. But look at this Carolina team. We should wax these guys. They're 13, 21, and 4. This should be a game that should be won easily. Let's go. First period, and it's 3-1. That's what I'm talking about. Jacob, the St. Bernard Docker. Jack Hughes again. Jacob Bernard Docker has 3 goals in 2 games for the guy. And then Jake Virtanen. There you go. Period number 2. All right, 4-1. Anthony Mantha gets on the score sheet. I want a Jacob Bernard Docker hat trick. I want the St. Bernard to get 3. Come on. We need it. The fans want it. I want it. Your babysitter, your grandmother wants a hat trick. Manderville gets on the score sheet, making it 5-1. That's 3 points in 2 games, maybe more. Come on, everyone wants a hat trick. Your 3rd grade teacher wants a hat trick, but he's saving it for another day. 2 goals on the night, not bad. So in the 2 games, Manderville had 3 points. He got 5 points in 2 games. Maybe that's all it takes. Maybe stacking our first line. That's not a bad idea. Mandervale's got 5 points in his last 2 games, which is awesome. Jacob Bernard Docker's got 3 goals in his last 2. Hughes has been lighting it up. Bobby Harding's got 2 and 2. I'm not too worried about that. We have 2 days off, and then we have another back-to-back. What is with this scheduling? So let's talk about the next franchise mode. I am pretty much 99% confirmed that I am going to be doing another Legends franchise mode. Now, there's been a few really fun ones in the past. There's been some ones that haven't worked out. I've learned my lesson from creating Legends not to overkill it. So what I'm planning on doing, here's a quick little screenshot of everything that I'm planning for the next franchise mode. So I'm planning for 2 Legends per team. Is that too much? Do you want me to add 3? I think 3 is a bit crazy. Now, ignore the potential. You can see here for Arizona, I have Shane Doan at 90 overall, low franchise, and then Teppo Numminen, 87 overall, low franchise. This is not set in stone. I'm thinking about making pretty much everyone medium franchise, and then making the Gretzkys, the Orrs, the Gordie Howes, the guys who are on a completely different level, Mario Lemieux, make them high franchise. Make everyone else medium franchise. Because I want this to be like the Storm Bears, where we scored a ton of goals. I want to see 80 goal years. I created a few players. I created Gretzky and a few other ones just to do a couple test runs, and there was some insane point totals. I'm talking big numbers. I'll throw a few other screenshots on there of just maybe a few other teams. I'm not going to spoil everyone, but for teams like the Vegas Golden Knights, as we slow sim this game against Carolina, see if we can go ahead and get another victory against the Canes, I am thinking that we give the Vegas Golden Knights some previous, not Golden Knights Legends because there is none, I'm thinking of giving them some xTech GM mode Legends. Agent C, Joe Gattenby. If there's anyone else that comes to mind, please let me know. Maybe we could throw a Felix Pox in there. I'm also going to be putting in some extra Legends in free agency, so maybe some low franchise guys like Rick Rippin. I know I did that last time, and it was awesome. It worked out great. I'm also thinking of giving everyone a 5-year contract because they're going to want a lot of money and a lot of money fast. And 1-0, Callie Anderson, Kale Anderson, whatever you want to call him. He scores on Anderson. That's kind of fun. I want there to be a lot of Legends. I want a lot of goal scoring. It's going to be fun. Legend franchise modes are always the best. So that's going to be coming soon. And if you have any suggestions on which Legends I should throw in for each team, if you think, oh, I don't think you should have, for example, for St. Louis, I have Bernie Federico and Chris Pronger. If you think, oh, you should put Brett Hall instead of Bernie Federico or whatever, let me know. Just kind of stuff like that, right? There's some ones I'm pretty excited for, obviously, like Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr. Some teams are going to be more stacked than others, but it's just how it is. Seth Jones and Wisniewski, and we shut out the Carolina Hurricanes. There you go. It's never going to be completely balanced simply because it's hard for me to not give teams like Edmonton Wayne Gretzky and then give a team like Columbus Rick Nash. And what's the highest overall you're going to make Rick Nash? 90 max? So it's kind of difficult to balance it. Like, other teams obviously are more talented and have better Legends, but that's just the start. We're just putting it out here. I'm aiming for about 3 weeks to get this thing out. We'll talk about it in future episodes though, once I get your guys' opinion. Also, what team do we use? All right, so let's go ahead and focus here in Ottawa. 33-14-2. We got a trade offer from the terrible Pittsburgh Penguins, and it's for a 24-year-old undrafted goalie. What makes you think he's worth a first? What makes you think? No, thank you. Man, look at their team. After Crosby, it is rough. Oh, God, it's bad. It's really, really bad. Poor guys. I mean, Crosby's still there. You know, he wouldn't be a bad little fourth-line acquisition. All right, we'll keep that in mind. We could get Crosby for absolutely nothing, and he's going to retire at the end of this year. We could send off Sid with one last Stanley Cup. But where's he going to play? I don't really want to take time away from our fourth line guy, which is obviously Logan Brown. Our center situation is actually pretty set. I'd have to get rid of Logan Brown or Forrest, and I really don't want to do that for a 1-year rental. And the wingers that we have on like our fourth line, I don't really want to give up guys like Kale Anderson or Wisniewski, obviously, just to get Crosby in there. It would be fun. I just don't think we have the necessary correct roster. I mean, look at all of our trade value. Oh my God, we got a correct roster, all right. Holy, but I don't think it's worth it to go ahead and pick up Crosby and take away ice time from someone who really does deserve it. We have another back-to-back here to end off the year. The NHL scheduler just hating on us. 7-4 win against the Penguins, and then a big win against the Wings. So how many games was this? Was this around 10 games? We started against the Nashville Predators. That was our first back-to-back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's been 11 games. Let's see how the boys have performed. So just looking at that first line, it has really done something special. Manderville has 15 points in his last 11 games. Harding's got 10 and Jack Hughes has 12. So that first line is clicking. Even guys like Jacob Bernard-Docker having a fantastic year. Had 24 points last time. He had 24 points 11 games ago. Now he's got 36. Colin White only had 6 points in 11 games. Raddish has 6 points in his last 11, but I think putting Harding with Manderville really did help, and now we have 2 players that are almost a point per game. So I think we're just gonna stick with that. I think that was the right move. Maybe putting up Harding with Manderville, maybe they click together. I don't know. That's awesome though. I'm glad that they're doing so well, because having a first liner like Manderville at 27 points in 40 games really wasn't going to cut it. Bobby Harding, the legend already. He's leading the rookie race, probably going to take home the Calder. How about defensemen? Anyone up there? Oh, Quinn Hughes. You love to see it. Jake Bean, Vancouver GM mode legend. Oliver Ekman Larson, Seattle Storm Bear legend. At this point, I'm going to be able to do so many franchise modes that everyone's going to be a legend at some point. Anyone? Jacob Bernard-Docker? He could, maybe. No, he's about 10 points out from the Norris conversation, but who knows? If anyone can turn it on, it's probably going to be JBD. Ilya Habibulin leading the league in scoring. I told you, this guy's going to be a complete stud. He's on pace for like 60 goals. Emilio Howe, Thomas Bang, Matthew Barzell, and Frederick Bang. Austin Matthews, Rantanen, Raquel. So all the guys that you usually see. We are way on the outside looking in for points. Jack Hughes, obviously, with the big 5-0. He is way on the outside looking in. So let's just get some more simulation done. We don't really have anything to do. I know the comments are going to be, oh, trade for Crosby, I'm not going to trade for Crosby. I have nowhere to play him. If I do trade for him, I'm just going to end up scratching him. So it's just not going to happen. But we got a good old game here against Toronto. Don Cherry gets rolled in on his wheelchair. 2 good Canadian teams going at it. John Tavares and the Mayor Manderville. Let's go. Period number 1. 4-0. Jamie freaking Benn. Colin White gets a couple. And Jack Hughes says, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming out. How are ya? That's a big 4-0 goal. 12-3 are the shots. Toronto, you guys okay? You guys good? You guys need a hug? Period number 2. All right, 4-0. They keep us at bay. Come on, let's just pour it on here. It's a stat night, boys. I want to see 6-0. Come on. No. Hey, Toronto, I don't know if you know the rule about the third period. Like, your mother probably knows it, your grandfather knows it, your sister knows it, that's for sure. But the rule is that Connor Hellebuck, I'm sorry, it's unfortunate for you guys, but he just doesn't allow a third period goal. And that's that. Colin White completes the hat trick. How are ya? There you go. A big 5-0 victory. Vintage Colin White right there. And Connor Hellebuck, yes, the rumors are true. He does not allow a third period goal. Gonna go all the way up to this Detroit game here because that's gonna be a good one. I think we have pretty much identical records. 4-3 overtime loss. So that's right, before this video we didn't have an overtime or a shootout loss, but looks like we finally end up losing in the extra frame, and there's another 3-2 win against the Hawks. Big win against Carolina. Come on, this team is ass. This is gonna be a massive victory. 6-2, I'm calling it. Prediction, 5-2, I was so close. So let's see what what the points are looking like now, because we've been turning it on lately. We've been crushing it. 79 points. There you go. We've kind of separated ourselves from the Detroit Red Wings. We're 7-1-2 in our last 10. The boys are rolling right now. The Wings are 5-4-1. They're looking to get a big 2 points here, but I'm not about to give it to them. Period number 1. Jack Hughes, first liner. Future Vancouver Canuck, maybe. Let's go. Period number 2. All right, 2-1. Will Butcher. All right, I'm just going to get this one over with. Going into the third, we come back. Jacob Bernard-Docker gets 2, and Logan Brown. And we even started our backup. Wow, that's awesome. What a comeback, boys. Jacob Bernard-Docker with 2. You love to see it. This team is special. I got a good feeling about this squad. Something just feels a little bit different than last year's team. Kind of feels like the year we won the cup. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting right now. I think we might just go all the way here. I don't think we need to stop and do anything. We just need to head off to the postseason. But Horkoff, all right, so they're trying to offload. 88 overall second liner. He's a grinder, so he's realistically more like a third liner. He's 6'1", 191, 26 years old, so he's not old. His defensive awareness is 98. Offensive is 98. Ooh, Gage Horkoff. Okay, so he's a grinder, all right? We like grinders here on the channel. I'm a grinder. I'm a fifth line beer league grinder. We like grinders here. So he can put up points. He's a 50-point guy. Maybe he is a second liner. Gage Horkoff, but where's he going to play? And then we have to give up our fourth rounder, which I guess is nothing super special, although he is playing pretty good. He's still with the U.S. development team. Okay, 21 years old. There you are. Medium elites are definitely nice. And then this guy is a first-round pick. Now, he's killing it down there in the Western Hockey League, 62 points in 46 games. So do we want to trade 2 players? This guy's in a contract year, though. That's the thing. We don't have a ton of money. He's probably going to want big boy money. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to reject it for right now, but I am going to come back probably tomorrow or the next day. I want to see what's up with our roster. Could we use some more grit there? I do not need Alex Kerfoot. Thanks, but no thanks. Another big victory. We're rolling. I don't really want to make a big trade, especially for a guy who's going to make an impact on our top 6, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We are crushing it right now. If I was to make that trade, I'd have to give up a guy like Cale Anderson, which I don't want to do unless we move him down like to the 4th line and then we part ways with Wisnowski, which again, I don't want to do because he's medium elite. It would pretty much be like just trading him for Jamie Benn, which I don't want to do. Taylor Raddish, I don't want to get rid of. He does only have 36 points in 57 games. Oh, man, I don't know what to do here. Say we trade him for Taylor Raddish. Raddish is, again, in another contract year, so he's going to want to be paid. He has better offensive awareness, way better defensive awareness. He's listed as a power forward, but he isn't really a power forward. He's not playing like it anyways. If he was a consistent 60-point guy like he's been for the last 2 years, absolutely. But this year he's really fallen off. But I think I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because the lines haven't really been concrete. Vandervel's still doing good. He's got, I don't know. I'm going to wait. I'm going to see if they come back at us with another offer, because trading just 2 prospects for a guy who's going to jump into our lineup right away. We actually have a game against the Columbus Blue Jackets on the 19th, so we can kind of do a little bit of pre-scouting here. Maybe they want to move him. Maybe it's not working out. Maybe they're having a bad year. I don't know what's going on. First for Walmark. I don't need Walmark. I don't really need another roster player right now. 6-0. Thank you very much. Bouchard for Fortin. Now, Fortin, I think he was one of our first-round picks a little while ago. Is that correct? He's NHL ready, and yeah, he was a former first-round pick. So they want to give us Bouchard, who is another third-line grinder, which I don't mind, and a 5th. It's not a bad trade, but I'm just going to say no to that one. No, thank you. No, thank you. I am interested in, I already forget his name. Gene, I think was his first name. I am interested in him, as we have another back-to-back, another victory. So let's go here. Yeah, Columbus is not a good team, so I definitely understand why they want to part ways with some of their players. Let's do a little bit of scouting here. Let's see what he does against us here. Let's keep the winning streak alive. Oh my God. What the hell happened here? Okay, Jack Hughes gets 1, but then they score 3 straight. Tage Thompson, Nathan McKinnon, and then Oliver Bjorkstrand. And then Taylor Raddish gets 1 for us. But Horkoff, there he is, he scores. And then Walker, 7 goals in the first. We only got 7 shots. Oh my God, 7-2. Let's burn the tape, 7-5. What a ridiculous game. Okay. Yeah, we scored 3 in the third, but it wasn't quite enough because we allowed 5 in the first. Guys, you laid an egg there. What was going on? But Gage Horkoff, he did have a goal. Where is he? He had a Gino, +2, 3 shots, 3 hits. I like this guy, but I just don't have any real room for him unless we trade Taylor Raddish. That's the only way I see that trade going through, is if we part ways with Taylor Raddish. Now, Horkoff was like 88 overall, is that right? Maybe if you play like a grinder with, 2 good guys like Manderville and like Luke Green. He's a defenseman, isn't he? Let's see. I know in NHL 16, I think, this guy got really, really good. He's a nothing player. He's a minors guy. So there was a trade. So we will have a look around the NHL to see what trades went down. But maybe if you put a big grinder between 2 skilled guys, you could have like an Alex Burrows type situation, right? Eric Goddard, no. I want to see how that Goddard guy is doing, because when we drafted him, he was ripping up the U.S. development team. He's obviously back there. He's only got 9 goals, though. 33 points. All right, well, definitely a bit of a sophomore slump, I guess. I'm not too worried about his numbers, though, but this Conacher guy is listed as a second liner, but he's all the way down to 79 overall, so he's not happy there in Calgary. Unfortunately, I can't save you from Calgary. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I don't have the space. I really want to have a look at Horkoff just one last time, just to see, and maybe we'll think about pulling the trigger, but I don't really think so. That's another win against a really good team there in Washington. So let's go over to Columbus. Let's see how they're doing. 61 points in 62 games for the rookie sensation, Bobby Harding. What a draft pick that was. So he does have a ton of trade value. 26 years old, 88 overall. He does have more points. He's got 53 points. He's going to have a career year this year. Oh, man, 182 PIMs, so he takes some penalties. That's for sure. Let's go ahead and compare him to, where is he? Taylor Raddish. So we're going to have to add a little bit, which is fine. So Taylor Raddish, as opposed to 53 points, he has 40. So he's got 13 less points. He does have 5 stars for deking. His defense isn't great, and his shots got 5 stars, so he can definitely rip the puck. Horkoff, what's he looking like? He's got 4.5 stars for shooting, 5 stars for defense. His puck skills are 4, so his skating definitely needs some work. That's where, look at his physical category. Oh my God, he's a freak. 2.5 stars skating category. That's what really sets him apart. He's probably at least, 4 stars? At least? Yeah, he's got 4 stars for the skating category. So, oh man, both these guys are going to want to get paid, that's for sure. He's super happy here. He's best friends with Hot Sam Botcho, Thomas Chabot. Horkoff, oh man. So another thought I had is we part ways with this guy who he's medium elite. Yeah, he's probably going to be pretty good down the road. We don't need him. He's only 64 overall, 21 years old. Let's cash in. What we also have to do is trade Cale Anderson, or Callie Anderson, however you want to pronounce it. Now, I really like this guy. I think he is a good story. In our Stanley Cup run, he was clutch, 13 points in 21 games. He's got a ring, but I would love to really strengthen up that third line. He would be such a big improvement over Callie Anderson. But he is going to want to get paid. That's the thing. Who do we have to pay this year? Do we have to pay anyone big bucks? Because if that's the case, we're kind of screwed. So we have to re-sign Manderville. Okay, not looking good. Glenn Sumal. I just don't think we're going to have the cap space to do it. Taylor Raddish, Forrest, Logan Brown. Yeah, we got to spend a lot of money this year. I just don't think it's going to happen, guys. I just can't see it. All right, so I don't know how much of this I'm going to cut out, but I just spent the last like 10 minutes trying to make this trade go through for Horkoff. So let me start all over. All right, so I think we're going to pull the trigger. I think we're going to go for a cup this year. Let's strengthen up that third line. Who knows, maybe Horkoff could be a potential second liner as well, because Taylor Raddish, his play has been iffy this year. So with that being said, we got to re-sign him, obviously. So that's fine because we're getting that Jamie Benn contract off the books. That's $3.5 million, I'm pretty sure. So you add that $3.5 million to Horkoff, that's a $6 million guy right there. So that's fine. I'm okay with that. We have to re-sign a few big players this year, so this could be a potential rental, but I mean, to get your name on a Stanley Cup, it's a price you got to pay. So Nicholson, he's medium elite. We got him in the 4th round, is pretty much free money. Hoffman was low elite, got him in free agency. Tootin as well, the exact same thing, 4th round pick. He's a defenseman. Both these guys, they're not going to become any NHLer for us because we have guys like Howard and Morgan Riley and Thomas Chabot, this and that, Glenn Sumal. So they're not going to go anywhere fast. And then we can really strengthen up that third line. Now, this is a lot to pay for, again, a potential rental player, but I think it's the right move. We're really going to go for that Stanley Cup. Horkoff, are you coming to the team? There you go. Welcome to the Ottawa Senators, Horkoff. Now, I got to talk about something, and I skipped over it for a reason, and that's Cale Anderson. You can see there, he has now been traded, but everyone's pumped on acquiring a quality player. So, I'm sorry about Cale Anderson. I like Cale Anderson. We drafted him 49th overall. I'm a big Cale Anderson fan, but at the end of the day, it's all about winning a Stanley Cup. I think we're a better team now than what we were 10 minutes ago with Horkoff on the roster. I'm pumped on this guy. I'm very glad he's a member of our team. But Cale Anderson, he was awesome. He had a clutch playoff run for us. He was the man. But at the end of the day, it's a business. I can't let my personal relationship get in the way of these things. So let's go ahead and welcome the man, Horkoff, to the NHL roster for the Ottawa Senators. How you doing? There he is. You love to see it. I'm super excited for this guy to get some games in. He's got 60 games played, so let's get the last 18 done. He's got 53 points. Let me write that down, and then we're going to see how this team does with an 88 overall on our third line. One thing for Horkoff is I want that -8 to be a +8 by the end of the year. So even if things aren't going well, we can always do this, change it up a little bit. But as of right now, we are good to go. I think the last 85 plus grinder we had was Austin Pope in Seattle. Is that correct? And he was interesting as well. I think Horkoff could be a lot better than him. So let's go here up against Connor McDavid and the 16-43-4 Edmonton Oilers. Oh my God, trade McDavid right now. Let's go. Horkoff's in the lineup, period number 1. Jacob Bernard-Docker and Jamie Benn. There you go. Depth scoring, baby. Period number 2. All right, they tie it up. Okay, period number 3. Can we get the W? There it is. Jack Hughes and Howard with the GWG. You love to see it. There you go. That's awesome. That's a big goal there from Howard. Nothing from Horkoff. He was a +1 though, 2 shots, so it's all good. It's all good. Maybe for the last 5 games, I'll throw him on the second line, but we are just on fire right now. But that trade took a lot. That trade took a lot of time, so I don't know what time we're at right now, but I was trying everything. I was trying picks, I was trying this, I was trying that. Didn't go through. I ended up deciding just to throw Tootin in there because he had a decent amount of trade value and he was going to go nowhere fast. So I'm happy with that move. I think you guys are going to be happy with it as well. Let's have a look at the trades because we just passed the trade deadline. So there's the big Horkoff trade. There's going to be a lot of drafted players being thrown around. So some names you might not recognize, trying to see if there's any Crosby trades or anything. Nothing going on. Elias Anderson goes to Dallas, so that's kind of a big trade. But aside from that, pretty quiet trade deadline. I guess not. 2 real two kind of big stars in Horkoff and Elias Anderson were both traded. So pretty good trade deadline. 61 points in 63 games for Jack Hughes. We lose there to Tampa Bay. Let's go ahead and let's get the rest of the year done. We'll slow sim a couple games, but I really just want to power sim here. I want to get a bunch of victories. I want to get close to 60 wins on the year. Come on, we can do it. That's a big couple wins there against Long Island. Going for number 50 against Philadelphia. Here it is, the big 5-0. Come on. Oh, shootout loss against Winnipeg. Come on, another big win. Oh, 3-2 loss. You know what, if we're going to get number 50, why not be Hockey Night in Canada with your man, Don Cherry, going for 50 Ws on the year. Can we do it in front of our home fans against a nice little original 6 team here in the Maple Leafs? Period number 1, 2-1. Taylor Raddish, Grand Pierre, what's up? And John Tavares as we start our backup goalie. Second period, Wisniewski, Grand Pierre again after I talk so much shit about him. Going into the third, oh my God, we're still looking for the big 5-0. Stamkos gets the game winner. I actually can't believe it. Stamkos goes back to Toronto. That's hilarious. I know they got their golden boy, pajama boy Tavares, but it's kind of funny to see another hometown kid go back home to Toronto. And there it is. There's the 50th win of the year. And there's 51 against the Calgary Flames. That's 3 in a row after dropping 3 in a row after we won 4 in a row. So we're kind of a streaky team here. 54 wins, maybe? There it is, 54. So can we hit the big 6-0? How many games do we have left? 4, 5, 6. Ooh, we have 6 games left, and we need 6 wins. Can we hit 60 on the year? All right, Hockey Night in Canada at home once again against the Toronto Maple Leafs. The schedulers know what they're doing. They want Don Cherry on your television during the first intermission, and you're going to get some Don Cherry. Let's go. First period, 0-0. Period number 2. All right, 3-1. Colin White, Jack Hughes, and Forrest. Stamkos gets a goal for them, and oh my God, they tie it up. Jack Hughes gets another one, but they score 3 in the third period, something that never really happens. 46 shots to 26. We are absolutely all over them, but Jake Gardner. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, well, we're not going to talk about that. How is Jake Gardner still a Toronto Maple Leaf? Jesus Christ. All right, well, that sucks. The dream of 60 wins is over. A couple of losses on Saturday night in front of Don Cherry. I'm embarrassed. That's going to cost us the big 6-0. But of course, we beat Tampa 6-5. Come on. Yep, there's 58 and there's 59. We win 5 straight, but unfortunately, it doesn't quite amount to the big 6-0. So let's see how we did for points. 124. I was worried about Detroit for a couple minutes, but we just turned it on. 124 points for us. That is a President's Trophy. Thank you very much. Have a look at points here. We got to look at Horkoff as well. I forgot to throw him in the top 6, but oh my God, 65 points. So he had 12 points. That's not bad. It's not bad on the third line at all. Manderville had 63, so he kind of slowed down a little bit. But Harding had 21 goals, 75 points. Not a bad rookie campaign at all. I will take it. Best second-round pick ever. Sorry, Taylor Raddish. Jack Hughes, 44 goals, 79 points. That is a career high for goals. He cracks the 40 mark for the second time. 79 points is not a career high, but it's still a ton of points. I'm pretty happy about that. Horkoff was 65. That's awesome. 194 penalty minutes. Manderville for a first line center. I mean, maybe it was the start of the year that really killed you. It was still a career high, but I'm looking for that big breakout year, something like Jack Hughes had. Maybe next year. Colin White with 32 goals. Back in the 30 club. You love to see it. He had 4 straight 30-goal campaigns. He had 28 last year and then gets back in with 32. That's awesome. Also had 31 in 2019, so he's definitely one of our best scorers, one of our most consistent scorers, that's for sure. Anthony Mantha, only 59 points, and he has a big boy contract. I'm talking a massive one at $9.3 million. Jacob Bernard Docker with 55 points. That's awesome. That is a career high. That's awesome. Ties a career high for goals at 26, but 55 points. Defenseman turned forward, not bad. Seth Jones, 53. Taylor Taylor Raddish 48. So Taylor Raddish only 48. Now I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to Anthony Mantha. I said 60 points on this. I said 50 to 60 points on the second line. He did just that. Taylor Raddish, though, only 48. That kind of sucks. Wisniewski, this guy played on the fourth line. Dude had 20 goals on the fourth line. All right, we got something special here with Wisniewski. Morgan Riley with 45. Hot Sam Baccio with 41. Forrest with 38. Logan Brown, 32. Ben with 20 goals. That's awesome. Howard with 15 points in his rookie campaign. There you go. Nice to see it. And then Glenn Sumal finds the back of the net 4 times. Absolute pure sniper. Oh, you know, just 51 wins for Connor Hellebuck. Lee Buss got in 16 games, 8-4. That's not bad. I will take it. He is listed as a backup now, which is good. So let's quickly have a look around the entire NHL. I don't think we set any records for points or anything, but Connor Hellebuck could have a Vezina trophy coming his way for the second straight year. Rookie skaters, absolutely. Calder trophy, Bobby Harding. There you go. The plus 33 is what really sets him apart from everyone. What a beast. I mean, Wisniewski was pretty close as well. 45 points, kind of out of nowhere on the fourth line. He's going to be a beast for us. Tyson Rammer, what's up? I don't think any rookie goalies were even close to touching the Calder trophy. Yeah, no, maybe actually. This guy, ooh, he could give us a run for our money. 24-year-old. Ooh, he's medium franchise. Ooh, man. Was he drafted medium franchise? Because I feel like at 24 he should be higher now if he was medium franchise, but who knows? 86 overall, still pretty good. Wow, look at all the points. Oh my God, 109 points, 69 goals. Nice for Ilya Habibulin. I said he's on pace for about 60 goals. I don't think he's going to put up Brett Hull numbers, almost 70. Oh my God. Emilio Howe, Matthew Barzell. Oh, you know, just 85 apples on the year. Holy. Thomas Bang. What a nice little 1-2 punch they got there in Long Island. Mikko Rantanen, pretty damn good at hockey. Raquel Webb, Oliver Wallstrom. He's the third-headed monster to Barzell and Thomas Bang. What a line. Oh my God. Frederick Bang, there he is. Capo Caco, Finnish gold medal legend. There's Forsström there. He had 55 goals last year. He only gets 36, but 83 points. That's more than anyone had on our team, so I can't talk shit. Avery Fitz... do you guys know who that is? I have no idea. 54 goals. I guess it's okay. President's Trophy. It feels good. Goals for per game. 3.49. That's got to be tops of the NHL. Absolutely. Goals against. Only 197 goals against. That's good enough for third, so pretty tight there. Pretty tight. Power play goals, we scored how many? We scored 50. It's not bad. I'll take it. Power play percentage, 26%, so we're third. Again, I'll take it. PK, how are we? 83%. That's good enough for sixth. So, I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. I'll take it. If we're top 10 in every single category, I'm a happy dude. 9-0-1 in our last 10, and then we are just as good on the road as we are at home. So watch out, NHL. We are here. We are serious. Ottawa Senators not messing around this year, going for another Stanley Cup. Let's see who the poor soul we have to play in the first round is. Come on, let's quickly see. Get it over with. Oh, baby. Bob Cole's going to love this one. Toronto versus Ottawa in the Stanley Cup playoffs. You love to see it. Two good Canadian teams going at it, and Lord Stanley. That's awesome. All right, so we got Don Cherry in the house. Bob Cole going to be calling every single game. Battle of Ontario. One thing I want to check out is our AHL team, because I thought they did pretty damn good. Yeah, 105 points, almost 50 wins on the year as well. We got a lot of young players coming up. Like this Burmistrov kid, he's already NHL ready. 30 goals. He's a first-round pick in 2022. He lit it up this year. Drake Batherson, he's a vet down there in the AHL. Any really young guys, like this guy's listed as a fourth liner. He's ready to go. Toby May is going to be ready to go pretty quick. Montoya is listed as an other forward. Fortin's a fourth liner. So we got to make a move here. How did our franchise goalie do? So they pretty much split the time. 21 and 5 for our franchise 23-year-old, who I'm not sure if he's going to make it. And then Cameron Gardner, he's only 21, and he was a second-round pick from us as well. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Kind of a fun little episode. I didn't really want to trade away Cale Anderson, but it is what it is. So if you can start thinking about some legends for the next franchise mode, please let me know in the comments. I'm going for a Stanley Cup, baby. We got Toronto in round number 1. It's going to be a good one. Make sure you get your snacks ready. Next episode, it's going to be a big one.